Some parents in the New Braunfels ISD are just not happy because their kids can't take books from their high school libraries until the district finishes reviewing its books. There are about 195,000 of them. The district wants to make sure that they're in line with a new state law that bans material that's deemed harmful or inappropriate for minors. Elementary school libraries, though, those are still open. But some parents are worried that the district's review of books in high school libraries is a low priority.
I just feel like this is such a small situation and so much energy is probably going to be spent on it when there are so many other things that the school board and the district could be focusing on.
District leaders say that they don't intend for this to be permanent, but the suspension will remain in effect during the review, however that long that takes. Good news. Bexar County has finally cleared the backlog of voter registration applications. The county, we know, has processed 72,000 applications that it received as of or by October 6th. That was the last day to register to vote. Elections Administrator Michelle Carew hired extra help who worked extra hours to get this done. And by the way, you can check your registration status just to make sure that everything's on the up and up on texas.gov. Just as a reminder, early voting for the upcoming election starts Monday, October 20th. So make plans for that. The important dates when it comes to voting, all on your screen right now. In Bexar County, voters will decide on two propositions, both of them related to the San Antonio Spurs' potential relocation to a downtown arena. And we have everything that you need to know about this year's election. We have you covered. Trust me. Just visit ksat.com/vote. And just in case you missed it, we aired a special takeover on our 6 p.m. newscast yesterday that was solely focused on a new Spurs arena. You know, who pays, the arguments for and against the plan, and also what's happened in other cities when pro teams want new homes. You can watch that special. It's on demand on KSAT.com and KSAT Plus. There is a specific number that so many of us have been keeping our fingers crossed for, and it's the morning lows, right? Because that's usually a good indication of fall, right?
Yes.
Because it's hot here no matter what. But there's one number that we haven't yet.
We need to get to 59 or below, right? That's kind of a benchmark around here. A morning in the 50s, that first morning in the 50s where you get that crisp fall feel, and we have yet to feel it.
Right.
This fall. The coolest we've been is 63. Okay, and that's officially at the airport. I know in parts of the hill country and outlying areas we've had some upper 50s, but not officially in town. Now, take a look at this. On average, we have our first sub 60 degree morning by September 26th. Obviously, that's not this year. The latest on record is October 22nd. That was back in 1929. Now, notice October 22nd is next Wednesday, and our forecast is well above 59 degrees all the way through the rest of this week, this weekend, and early next week, even October 22nd. We are anticipating low 60s. Now, there is the slightest and off chance of a cool front that could drop temperatures a little bit more by the middle of next week, but odds are pretty low against that. Tomorrow morning, Bernie 58, Comfort 58, Bandera 59. Officially in town will be about 66 degrees. Then you get in outlying areas, low to mid 60s. Rio Medina, for example, 63. Now today, above average around here. Again, of course, and all up and down the midsection of the country, actually well above average. Check out Omaha, 15 degrees above average. Wichita, Kansas, 12 degrees above average. A different tune along the West Coast and in the western part of the U.S. I mean, Vegas, Phoenix were significantly cooler than us today because of the cooler air that they're getting down from Canada. And there's going to be another push of cooler air as we get into the weekend, that weak front that's going to move through by Saturday evening, Sunday morning. It's just going to be a wind shift line for us. But the core of the cooler air, that's going to stay too far away for us to really feel it. And then there's going to be other pushes of cooler air southward. We just, as of now, don't see any indications that it's really going to move into our neck of the woods. And you look at the longer range predictions, and this is actually from the Climate Prediction Center, part of NOAA, National Weather Service, and all the way through October 25th, even October 21 to 25th, this is 2 weeks out, has us most likely above average here and up and down the midsection of the country. So I know I'm full of great news tonight, aren't I? Right? We're on track to have, we're on pace to have the warmest October on record. We're on pace to have the most 90-degree days in October, and we are on pace to have the driest October on record. I know we're only halfway through the month, but so far not even a trace of rain measured at the airport, and the driest October was a trace, which is less than 1/100th of an inch. And last year we only had 1/100th of an inch. So where is the rain? Intermountain West, that's where we have the precip, nice digging trough in the western U.S. Another one. This is the third or fourth over the past couple of weeks. That's going to skirt off to the north and east away from us. And we'll have a weak little circulation this weekend, but not enough to kickstart probably any showers. Yeah, 10% chance, that's about it on Sunday. But you look at the overall rainfall potential, it's not very good around here. And for most of the state, I do think the coast and the coastal plain could have a few showers Friday afternoon and evening, but don't anticipate any of them to make that very far inland. 91 today, the average 83. The record high 95. Tomorrow we start the day at 66, near 80 at noon, back up close to 90 in the afternoon. 89 Poteet, 90 New Braunfels, 88 Bulverde, Bandera, 89. And then it's just give or take a few degrees every day thereafter. I do want to note that Saturday, Sunday, the record high is 93. Right now we're forecasting 92, so we could challenge those records.
That forecast has been just as consistent as the Spurs winning record. I mean, they're doing pretty well in the preseason. They have one more game, but I also want them, all of that good stuff that they've been bringing, I want them to keep it going after the season starts.
And they want to keep it going because from 1 week from today, they start the regular season at the Dallas Mavericks, and KSAT 12 Sports will be there for that season opener, by the way. Yes, the Spurs still have one preseason game to go, and they still have some things to work on and fine-tune before taking on the Mavs. And it is next running back up for the Texas A&M Aggies coming up.
Lev's going to be out probably for a significant period of time.
Head coach Mike Elko says Aggies running back Le'Veon Moss is going to miss a good chunk of games in big board sports. The San Antonio Spurs are back on the court today as they get ready to face the Indiana Pacers in their preseason finale on Friday night. The Spurs are perfect 4-0 this preseason after beating a team from China, the Miami Heat, the Utah Jazz, and the Pacers Monday night. It's their first 4-0 preseason start in 24 years. Now, win or lose Friday night, the Spurs are looking to improve and fine-tune some things before the regular season tips off 1 week from today at the Dallas Mavericks.
I think just continuing to be more consistent and grow on what we tried to implement at the start of camp. And it's the last time before the real thing. So continue to put together good possessions and stuff that we can build upon and grow from.
Just sharpen some things up offensively, keep understanding our defensive principles. I mean, it's our last game to really put everything all together. I mean, aside from practice, obviously, but yeah. So just trying to go out there and have a sharp game.
Just keep, continue to build some continuity, some chemistry. I think we've been doing a pretty good job with that, as is. But just continuing on that trend and focusing on some defense.
Star guard De'Aaron Fox is currently out while coming back from a hamstring injury that he suffered over the summer. Today, head coach Mitch Johnson was asked how Fox is doing.
He's starting to progress on the court. Obviously, with the amount of time since his last game, we're going to be conservative, as we've said, numerous times. But he's progressing and gets excited sometimes when you see someone like that, of that level of player, get back on the court and start doing some things with the basketball.
Is he back to 5-on-5 yet, or is that still a ways away?
He's getting close, yeah.
The Spurs will host the Indiana Pacers Friday night at 7 at the Frostbank Center to close out preseason play. Texas A&M lead running back Le'Veon Moss hurt his left ankle Saturday during the Aggies' 34-17 win against the Florida Gators. The injury happened after a 7-yard run with about 11.5 minutes left in the second quarter. He had 5 carries for 46 yards and a 22-yard touchdown run before he was injured. Moss leads the Aggies with 389 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns this season. Now the 4th-ranked Aggies are down one of their top offensive players.
It's an isolated injury that happened on that tackle. It's an ankle, not a knee, which is a really positive sign. He's going to have to go get it looked at, and we'll kind of figure out where it's at. It certainly will not end his season, but it's going to be a significant amount of time. I said this after the game. You know, I love Le'Veon. I wish Le'Veon was healthy. We're going to miss him. He's been a warrior for this program. He's given us everything he had to get ready for this season. I hope this goes as fast and as smooth as it can, but injuries are a part of SEC football, and if we're going to allow injuries to impact or derail things, we can't do that. And so it's just next man up mentality.
Texas A&M will next play at Arkansas Saturday at 2:30 p.m. at Razorback Stadium, the start of 3 straight road games for the Aggies. And Kingston Flemings reacts to his sister Bella committing to Duke after the break. Brennan star guard Bella Flemings has verbally committed to Duke. The senior made her announcement on Monday. She selected the Blue Devils over Baylor, TCU, Miami, and Tennessee. Bella will join former Clark star Ariana Robertson, who will be a redshirt freshman this season. Bella is a 5-star recruit and is number 16 in ESPN's national recruiting rankings for the class of 2026. Her brother Kingston is a freshman at the University of Houston, and he had this to say about his sis going to Duke.
Proud of her for sure. I mean, that's a great program, Carl Lawson. So I think she's loved her for a while now. She's loved her. So I think, you know, just she made the right decision, the decision that she wanted. I think she's going to go there. It's a good school. Ariana Robertson from San Antonio went there too. So, you know, she's in good hands. I'm just proud of her going through the journey and working to get to this. I mean, everyone dreams of getting to this point, you know, committing to a college. So I think I'm just proud of her for getting there. We talked a little bit. I mean, it's honestly your decision to make. So, I mean, we would tell each other, like, kind of like what we were thinking, but you know, didn't really talk about the colleges a lot. I mean, we obviously, like, we knew what our top 3 was and things like that, but you know, so I think it was just like they didn't want to like force her into any decision. Just whatever she felt was the best decision for her was the best decision for her. So I didn't really say too much on that.
The first day Bella can sign her scholarship agreement is November the 12th.
Huge. Go Bella. Congratulations to her.
Absolutely. Way to go.
And her parents, obviously. They did a good job.
That's pretty darn cool. Both your kids, too, the best in the country, and you're going to college.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's exciting for that family. Good for them. We'll be right back.